Hey team, how you doing? Hey, I wanted to shoot out a quick message on how to do a three-way call. I'm going to talk about both sides of a three-way call real quickly. The first side is you're the person who's showing a prospect, okay? Now, the other side is obviously if you're the expert, you're the one who's being called in to be the expert. So, why would you do a three-way call? Well, there's a lot of reasons you do a three-way call. You know, for a lot of you, you're going to hopefully go show this business by yourself. If you do one-on-ones, you might be pushing play with someone. You might be showing him the PowerPoint presentation. It's just you and your person, and you're the trust, and you want to create respect, and you want to have someone that can move your prospect that maybe has more credibility to move that person. So how do you do that? Well, first thing you need to do is if you think you're going to need an expert, what you're going to do is just before you get started. So, 20 minutes before you do the presentation or 10 minutes before you do the presentation, you're going to send a message out to a bunch of people in your upline, not just one or two, but a bunch of people in your upline, saying, hey, I'm about to show the deal. I'm about to start the presentation. Can you be my expert in X amount of time, a half hour, 25 minutes, whatever it's going to be. Now, what's going to happen at that point is the experts are going to get that message, and someone's going to reply back, yes, I'm available at that time, and at that point, you'll know who your expert's going to be. So then you finish the presentation, okay? Step 2 is really ask the question. The bottom line is when you show the presentation and it's over, you've got to look at that person and you've got to say, hey, high five, are you coming with me? Or hey, are you ready to get started? You got to ask that closing question. Now, if they say yes, you simply fill out the paperwork and you sign them up. Okay, at that point, you can get the expert on the phone after you sign them up to do a welcome call. But if they say anything but yes, what you're going to do is you're just going to dial the expert's number. You're not going to ask the prospect if it's okay. You're not going to ask permission. You are just going to dial the number of the expert, and you're going to get them on the line, okay? And then what you're going to do is when you get the expert on the line, you say, hey, you know what? I'm sitting here with my friend so-and-so. Do you mind if I pop you on speakerphone? You pop it on speakerphone, and at that point, you say to your friend, hey, I took the liberty of calling a friend of mine, Angie Cuff, or I took the liberty of calling a friend of mine, whoever your expert is, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to edify that person. You're going to say, first of all, I can't believe we were able to get some of Angie's time. I can't believe she's super busy. She's super successful. And I know she doesn't have a lot of time, but I really, and then what you're going to do is edify. She's been able to train thousands of people on she's mentoring thousands of people on how to go out and create financial independence in their life, or she's built a multi-million-dollar asset with this idea that I just showed you. She's got organizations that she's building all around the country. You're going to edify. You're going to create value so that your prospect will listen to this person. You're going to create the credibility, so that's edifying, that's building up. And then what you're going to do is turn around and you're going to build a little bit of credibility. You're going to edify your prospect to make them feel good. Now, don't make the mistake of edifying the prospect more than you edify the expert, because that's a disaster. What you want to do is just say a couple of nice things about the prospect. So, Angie, I'm sitting here with my friend Bobby Sue. Bobby Sue is super hardworking. She's dynamic. She's got a big network, and if she would be a huge asset to our team. Or Bobby Sue's one of the most, she's a phenomenal mom. She's a good person. Whatever. Say some nice things that are sincere about Bobby Sue to edify her back. And then what you do is you say, Bobby Sue, this is Angie. Angie, this is Bobby Sue. You make the introduction. You say, Angie, I just wanted you to share your story with Bobby Sue. Now, here's the mistake a lot of rookies make. What they're going to do at that point is they're going to say, hey, Angie, when did you get on the phone? Because Bobby Sue's got a bunch of questions, okay? When you're setting up a three-way call, do not ever use the phrase, they're going to ask some questions. Because if you understand how sales works and you understand psychology of human interaction, you understand that whoever is answering questions and whoever's asking the questions is in control. Don't ever, ever, ever use the word questions when introducing a prospect to your expert. All you want to do is say, hey, you know what? I know, Angie, you don't have a lot of time. You're extremely busy. But I was just, while I caught you, I was hoping you could share your story with Bobby Sue. And then at that point, what you're going to do is you're going to shut up. At that point, you are a potted plant. You do not speak. The expert will take over from that point. And I'm going to talk about in another short video how the expert's job is to ask your prospect to get started 3 times. Okay, so that's the basis. If you're on the prospect side, you're the one showing the person. And, you know, the bottom line is you're going to want to use 3-way calls. You can also use a 3-way call and a smaller travel party because there's nothing better than getting a third-party expert. Makes it a bigger picture, someone that's had bigger results than you. You want to get people to a story bigger than yours as quick as possible. And just as a last note, your expert doesn't have to be somebody that's making $1 million. It can be somebody who's been on a dream trip or someone who's gotten their wings. And you can edify anyone saying, hey, this person's having great success. They've gotten off to a great start. It doesn't have to be the biggest story. But bottom line is, guys, 3-way calls are extremely powerful. You should be using them whenever you do a one-on-one. And they're a great way to end a travel party, especially if you're new or just getting started in the business. So that's what I got on 3-way calls. There'll be another quick video on what to say as the expert. Take care and have a great day.